はい、ありがとうございます。Wow. It's been a while. Man, that feels so good to be back on two wheels. I know I'm going to say that over and over, but it's honestly like, it feels like a part of me was missing. Should I split on this bike? Yeah, I think I will. Oh shit, but the light turned green, so we're gonna go right here. Flash our hazards to say thank you. Okay, so Kansai riders back on two wheels and a little bit earlier than we had expected. If you can't tell, or if you're blind, or if you're deaf, this is not a CBR1000. This is my wife's uncle's VTR1000, or also known as a Honda RC51. He just got his bike back from his mechanic today, and he said, well, I saw it there and I just said, I gotta ride again. So I asked him if I could take it for a spin and test out my new mic setup, and he said go ahead. So that's cool. So this is actually my first time on 1000 cc's outside of a parking lot, and also I should say on a sport bike. But seeing how it's not my bike, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. And seeing how I'm fresh out of an accident, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do anything crazy ever again, honestly. This last month and a half has really sucked. It's just a beautiful winding mountain road, ocean over to your left. Anyway, so I don't know what it is about this bike, the RC51, but every time I hear about it online, people are ranting and raving about how awesome this bike is. And honestly, it feels good. I'm obviously not really using any, I'm not using it to its potential, not at all. I'm just kind of putting down this road right now. But, and it feels good. That low end torque feels fantastic. I didn't really have any of that on my CBR600. So, yeah, look at this city over here. This is called it's called Wakaura or Wakanoura, but just the way these houses are built on this mountain over here. Actually, I don't know, I'll just give you a peek. It kind of reminds me of like Rio de Janeiro or something, like the Japanese Rio de Janeiro knockoff, I guess. I don't know, this city was probably here earlier. Who knows? But God, it feels so good to be back on two wheels. And I've got a lot to talk about as far as all of the shit that happened after the accident with the police and the insurance company and all of that. But I do not want to be pissed off right now. So let's not talk about that today, and let's save that for another time. Yeah, so the plan is to pick up the new bike the day after tomorrow. I'm going to meet some friends at the train station, and they're going to give me a ride to the dealership. We're going to pick up my bike, and we're going to go on a little ride, and then I'm going to come home. But I've never been riding in the area where that dealership is, so that I have no idea what to expect there. It's beautiful though, man. Everything is beautiful when you're on two wheels. Doctor actually told me not to ride anything for, I guess, 2 more months after this. And I said realistically to him, realistically that's not going to happen. So, I mean, am I going to do any damage to myself for, riding before you recommend? And he said, well, it's not impossible. And I said, well, there you go. I'm going to ride this bike. It feels good though, man. And I think this bike is about the same weight as my new bike, but the torque and the power are down. And obviously it's a twin, so the dynamics of the engine are going to be, a little different. But it's a good refresher course to be on this thing. Instead of hopping right on my CBR after a month and a half of nothing. But it's like riding a bicycle, except this bicycle has about 150 horsepower instead. Looks like that guy lost something. You know, as far as confidence too, it's gonna take me a while to get my confidence back after that wreck. You know, I don't trust anybody, and that's probably how it should be. Because if I hadn't pressed that guy to stop at the stop sign, then oh, this bike sounds good. If I hadn't trusted him to stop at the stop sign, then I probably would still have my CBR600. And you know, and that was a wonderful bike. I wish that I could still keep it, but you know, as far as let's see. As far as I had the previous model, and that was a good bike, the 06 CBR600RR. And then I upgraded to the 07, which is the second to the last body style. Let's see, what's down here? And I felt like, let's see, can I even go down here? I felt like if I was going to upgrade again, I'd have to get the 2013 body style. But that's basically just the same bike that I had with a different set of fairings on that, so I didn't want to do that. And then I'd been on a CBR600 for, you know, several years now. Look at these old ladies here. Oh, old people in general, I guess. I've been on a 600 for a while, and I figured, and I, you know, I don't want to downgrade. I feel, not that a smaller bike is a downgrade, but I just feel like I love performance, and even if I don't use all of the bike's performance, I still like knowing that it's there. And I felt like the only way for me to upgrade from that was to go 1000. So, you know, I don't know, for the next bike, I'll probably get a newer model. I guess I'm such a shithead because I'm already talking about my next bike, and I haven't even picked up my my current bike yet. But I think, you know, I don't think I can continue upgrading unless I'm going to get an S1000RR or get a Ducati or something. But, you know, I don't see that happening because the cost performance is not so hot on those. I feel like you can get a badass bang for your buck on a Japanese sport bike. So next bike, I don't know what it's going to be. We'll see. I don't even know if I'm going to like that 1000 or, you know, excuse me. I don't even know if I'm going to like the 1000, honestly, so we'll see. Maybe I'll go back down to a 600 if I don't like this one. Just going to come across the little beach that we go barbecuing at a lot. The beach isn't so beautiful, but it's a good little area. Shitty thing is they make you pay to barbecue on the beach. Like, you can hang out, and that's cool. You bring your own charcoal, you bring your own barbecue, you bring your own meat, and they charge you to set up your barbecue, which I think that's pretty stupid. Oh my god, I love this. Here we go. Sorry, lady. I know there's a lighthouse over here. I'm trying to find that right now. But I'm definitely in the wrong area for that. Maybe I'll ask this girl. Sumimasen. はい、ありがとうございます。すみません。はい、もちろん楽しんでるよ。はい、ありがとう。She was nice. Torque for days going up this hill. I found this place before on my own, but I just don't know. Nobody's coming. Ooh, I'm not experienced enough for this shit. Ooh, here's something I don't like about the VTR. When you go full lock on the handlebars, you're gonna pinch your fingers. This bike sounds fantastic too for a stock exhaust. Actually, for any exhaust, this bike sounds great. I don't really like the instrument cluster. I prefer digital myself. It's kind of difficult to look at a glance. Oh, what is this guy? Guys, what is this? A pack of wild dogs? That's weird. Here's that little lighthouse. Let's get off and look at the bike. Here it is. Here's that VTR1000. It's a little scratched up, not so clean, but man, it's a good bike. I'm gonna ask him if I can borrow this again. I love the radiators here and the side vents. Okay, let's go look at this view. I went fishing last week over here, but I haven't uploaded that video because I felt like I was putting up too much non-bike related content. So after I start riding again and get a few more videos up, I'll put that up there, but we caught some fish way out there. Anyways, let's get back on the bike. Gotta love a red Honda. Orange is pretty cool too, though. Wow, that sounds great. I think I understand Harley guys just a little bit more after riding this V-twin. Okay, so there's something I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's gonna sound like I'm whining, and I kind of am. But you know, like I don't ask for you guys to subscribe. I don't ask for a lot of stuff. But one thing I would like to see more of is I'd like to see more comments, because I want to talk to you guys. I want to see what you want to see. I want to hear what you think. You know, it's a small community right now. It's only got about 175 subs. 100 of those subs are new since I started doing bike stuff. But yeah, it's a small community, so why don't you comment? Because I'm gonna, if I see you comment, I guarantee you 100% I'm going to reply back on that. And maybe someday this channel will get big enough where I can't handle all of the comments to be able to do that. But right now, I am able to, and I want to. So why not leave a comment? We can have some, you know, let's enjoy this community while it's small, while it's manageable, and you know, I want to hear from you. Okay, that's the end of my whine. Anyways, and speaking about while the community is small, I've set up a map on Google Maps, Google Drive, that's open for anybody to edit. And while the community is small, and while hopefully the trolls are not around, we can, you know, have that there. And if you want me to check something out, you know, edit that map, put on a marker, say like, please go here, edit it with a tag that says, please go here, something. And I will check it out eventually, I promise. As long as it's not too far away from my house. But I mean, a 2-hour ride, 3-hour ride from my house, totally doable. And then as long as nobody abuses that feature, because it is an anybody can edit it thing, you know, we'll have that map on there. So I'm going to add that today. And yeah, anyways, I really appreciate you guys, you know, looking out for me and seeing how I was, you know, you know, caring about my condition and my health, and I feel a lot better. And you know, if I didn't have that little, I mean, it was a little bit of support because it's a tiny community, but you know, every little message you guys sent me meant a lot to me. I'm looking forward to getting my bike next Saturday. Thank you guys for being patient with me having no bike content up and listening to my whines and my health recoveries and my Kansai creatures, which is a thing I'm going to keep doing. But you know, definitely I want to have more bike content here, more bike content than, you know, just Japan content. Woo, that feels good. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on Saturday.